Top 8 cheating wrestlers who seriously downgraded partners, and 7 who upgraded.
If you are brand new to our channel, we invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Just click on the lit red button as well as the gray bell. Why the bell? Well, it will let you know every time we post a new video.
15.
Downgraded. Terri Runnels, from Goldust to Shawn Stasiak. Goldust's marriage to Terri Runnels lasted 6 years, before she reportedly cheated on him with fellow superstar Shawn Stasiak. Goldust and Terri had formed a likable duo, becoming one of the most memorable WWE couples during the mid-90s. Things changed for the worse when WWE made the decision to have her involved in an affair with Shawn Stasiak. The storyline apparently transitioned into real life, leading to the divorce. Her career would crash soon afterward, while Goldust remains with the WWE after 20 years. The man behind the Goldust mask is a clear upgrade over Stasiak, and is considered to be one of the most respected figures in modern times. Rumors have it that the marriage was bound to fail due to the disapproval of Goldust's father, Dusty Rhodes, who never wanted his son to end up with Terri. It appears that he was right after all.
14.
Upgraded. Triple H, from Chyna to Stephanie McMahon. Before they became a power couple, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were co-workers as he was dating Chyna from 1996 until 2000. Chyna and Triple H had also been a part of D-Generation X, working together for several years. According to Chyna, they were on the verge of getting married despite some disagreements, blaming Stephanie for coming in between them to break them apart. She added that Triple H and Stephanie used to exchange love letters, while the affair was going on behind her back. Although Chyna is possibly the most influential woman in wrestling history, most say that Triple H upgraded by moving on with Stephanie. They are happily married today, and have been leading the company for years. Sadly, Chyna has been somewhat left out of WWE history as she continues to be exiled from the Hall of Fame.
13.
Downgraded. Karen Angle, from Jeff Jarrett to Kurt Angle. It's quite unfair to compare Kurt Angle to Jeff Jarrett. The former is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time who has dominated WWE and TNA, while the latter has had a mediocre career with his only accomplishments being gifted from himself as the former owner of TNA. Angle was married to Karen Smedley for 10 years, before she filed for divorce in 2008. At the time, Kurt was wrestling for TNA, which was owned by Jarrett, which made things awkward when he started dating Karen. It was reported soon afterward that Karen and Jarrett's relationship had begun as an affair. They tied up the knot in 2010, and the love triangle eventually became a storyline. The majority of wrestling fans would agree that Karen downgraded, but Kurt has moved on, and appears to be happily married today. 12. Upgraded. Melina, from John Morrison to Batista. Melina and John Morrison's relationship is complicated beyond words. After dating for nearly 10 years, they finally split up, and went different ways, but not before they revealed all their dirty secrets to the world. A few years ago, Melina had posted medication prescribed to Morrison for erectile dysfunction. During their time with WWE, it was well known that Melina had multiple affairs while they were dating. Among them was Batista. At the time, he was the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and one of the most popular stars. Not only that, he was extremely popular with the ladies in the audience due to his charisma, style, and good looks. While Morrison doesn't lack in that department, Batista is a clear upgrade over him. Morrison was aware of the affair at the time, which should tell you everything that you need to know.
11.
11. Downgraded, CM Punk, from Lita to AJ Lee. When it comes to dating resume, CM Punk probably has the most impressive one in wrestling history. He's been involved with some of the hottest women, developing a reputation as a player over the years. One of his former partners was Lita, and they dated for some time before their relationship came to an end. He followed it up with the newest star at the time, AJ Lee, and they would eventually get married. But Lita has strongly believed that Punk cheated on her with Lee prior to their breakup, since he was always courting her backstage and spending plenty of time with her. Most would agree that Lee is a downgrade to Lita when it comes to shallow standards, but the former is many years younger. In fact, 13-year-old Lee had met Lita when she was at the peak of her career, and started crying tears of joy upon meeting her idol.
10.
10. Upgraded, Mickie James, Kenny Dykstra to John Cena. Not many fans look very fondly at Kenny Dykstra's WWE career. Starting off as a member of the Spirit Squad, the stable was bound to fail due to its silly gimmick. Did anyone really expect a group of male cheerleaders to go over? Once they split up, most of the members faded onto irrelevancy with the exception of Dolph Ziggler. As for Dykstra, he moved into singles competition for a forgettable run. During that time, he was dating Mickie James, but they reportedly broke up once she had an affair with John Cena. Mickie clearly upgraded in more ways than one. Cena isn't only the biggest name in modern wrestling, but he is also much better looking. Dykstra broke up with her upon finding out, and continued to blast them through interviews and social media posts. James and Cena wouldn't last for long either, with the latter moving on to Nikki Bella.
9.
9. Downgraded, Velvet Sky, from Chris Sabin to Bubba Ray. Velvet Sky and Chris Sabin dated for years, before they eventually broke up. While there aren't many TNA couples to speak of, this was one that many people actually liked. Their relationship came to an abrupt end for unknown reasons until they started trading insults on Twitter. They also subtweeted each other numerous times, indicating that the former couple didn't stay on good terms. It's been rumored that Velvet Sky was having an affair with another TNA wrestler, Bully Ray, which started off as an affair. Sabin clearly wins in the looks category, and he also has the edge when it comes to personality. While Sabin is liked by most of his peers and fans, Bully Ray lives up to his name, and has a reputation of being a jerk.
8.
8. Upgraded, The Undertaker, from Sarah to Michelle McCool. The Undertaker has arguably the greatest legacy in wrestling history, with very little to tarnish his image. Due to his private personality and unique gimmick, not much is known about Taker's personal life. But he did pull off a not-so-bright move when he tattooed the name of his ex-wife on his neck. The Undertaker and Sarah were married from 2000 until 2007, and she was involved in his wrestling career at one point. The couple got divorced, and Taker took it upon himself to erase any traces of Sarah by removing the tattoo. That very same year, he had started dating Michelle McCool, although the general belief is that their relationship lapsed with his previous marriage. While McCool is much hotter than Sarah, she has also made The Undertaker happier, as evident by her Instagram posts. She has brought out a side of the Deadman that fans had never seen before.
7.
7. Downgraded, Seth Rollins, from Leighla Schultz to Zara Schreiber. Seth Rollins and Leighla Schultz were one of the cutest couples around, with their photos turning them into relationship goals for plenty of fans. They even got engaged at one point, but it all came to an end when Seth Rollins cheated with NXT superstar Zara Schreiber. Upon finding out, Schultz released a nude photo of Schreiber, and then another one of Rollins, as well as texts between them. The scandal made plenty of headlines, and tarnished Rollins' name for a period of time. While his ex-fiancée was wrong to leak the inappropriate photos, the main blame is of course aimed at Rollins. If you ask us, he downgraded big time, and the photo above is a clear indicator. While the former made a cute couple, Rollins and Zara always seemed off, and they ended up breaking soon after the scandal.
6.
6. Upgraded, Bray Wyatt, from Samantha Rotunda to JoJo. Bray Wyatt isn't exactly having the best storylines these days, and it seems like his personal problems haven't helped either. In June of 2017, his wife filed for divorce after claiming that he was cheating on her. They had been together since their college days, but separated early this year. According to his ex-wife Samantha Rotunda, Wyatt was having fun on the road with WWE announcer JoJo. Her lawyer backed up her claims by mentioning Wyatt's phone records involving him with his newest lover. JoJo has turned heads since coming to the WWE, becoming one of the most desirable women today. She has a huge following across social media, and her posts are constantly breaking the WWE universe. With all due respect to Samantha, Wyatt clearly upgraded when it comes to looks, although he may have lost out on far more important things.
5.
5. Downgraded, Bret Hart, from Julie Hart to Sunny. Not only is Bret Hart one of the all-time greats in the ring, but he is also one of the most popular in history. For years, he was a role model for many fans, especially kids who admired him due to his unique look and skills. But the more you learn about him, the less likable he becomes. During his marriage to ex-wife Julie Smaddu Hart, Bret was having plenty of fun on the road according to his own book. While he did state his regrets, it doesn't erase or justify his actions. One of the names that has always been associated with Bret is former WWE superstar Sunny, who caused plenty of trouble between him and Shawn Michaels as well. Everyone had a crush on Sunny back in the 90s, but her past, as well as her present, proved that she was a significant downgrade from his Julie.
4.
4. Upgraded, Lita, from Matt Hardy to Edge. What began as real-life tension turned into a storyline when WWE booked the love triangle of Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy. WWE exploited the situation to capitalize on fans' interest, and it got pretty awkward at times. Hardy and Lita had been dating for years, but she reportedly had an affair with Edge during their relationship. Edge was married at the time to Lisa Ortiz, but they eventually got a divorce. Lita and Edge started dating afterward, while Hardy and Ortiz were pictured together in steamy poses to retaliate against their former partners. It was a messy situation for all involved that tarnished their image and ruined friendships. But between Hardy and Edge, the latter was an obvious upgrade for Lita. Hardy had a reputation for being overdramatic and difficult to deal with, leading to constant trouble between him and everyone else. As far as looks, Lita's newest partner edged him out in that aspect too.
3.
3. Downgraded, John Cena, from Elizabeth Huberdeau to Mickie James. While Mickie James clearly upgraded from Kenny Dykstra to John Cena, the latter had downgraded when he cheated on his ex-wife. James may be fine and desired by plenty of men, but Cena had left his high school sweetheart in Elizabeth Huberdeau, who stuck with him through the ups and downs of his life. They appeared to be very happy together, so it was disappointing to hear about the affair. When it comes to looks, she was fine enough to be a WWE diva at a time when the company hired women based on their looks. Ultimately, she divorced Cena following numerous affairs, and he is now engaged to Nikki Bella. Their marriage affairs were mostly kept private, as she remained away from the spotlight, but her lawyer hinted that Cena's cheating ways were responsible for it. They settled matters outside of the court and moved on since then.
2.
2. Upgraded, Kurt Angle, from Karen Angle to Dawn Marie. Kurt and Karen Angle's marriage was facing troubles years prior to her affair with Jeff Jarrett. In 2004, Kurt Angle was arguably the top figure on SmackDown, when he supposedly had plenty of fun on the road outside of the ring. At the time, Dawn Marie was also on the brand, and involved in some steamy backstage segments with Tori Wilson that fans will never forget. Rumors have indicated that Kurt and Dawn were wrestling each other between the sheets for quite some time before Karen found out about the affair. Although Karen is a fine woman, you will probably agree with our choice to categorize Kurt's decision as an upgrade if you were to watch the segments mentioned above. Kurt's affair with Marie ended sometime before she was released from the company in 2005. 1. Downgraded, Chris Jericho, from Jessica Lockhart to Kelly Kelly. Chris Jericho has solidified himself as an all-time great with multiple successful runs that most wrestlers would envy. He's also been married for 17 years to Jessica Lockhart, whom he met at a restaurant following a WCW show. The couple tied up the knot a few years later, and have 3 children together. But it seems like Jericho had a midlife crisis, when he nearly gave it all up by having an affair with former WWE superstar Kelly Kelly. Although she was one of the finest divas of all time, her reputation was far from a positive one. Several wrestlers, including Randy Orton, have claimed she used to sleep around with WWE superstars. Jericho happened to be one of them, appearing in several photos where they made out. While Kelly is an upgrade for most, that wasn't the case for Jericho, who had a beautiful wife at home. It seems like the couple overcame his affair as they remained together.
Yeah.